on to the top story. Pakistan Armed Forces launched multiple attacks using drones and other munitions along entire western border on the intervening night of 8th and 9th May 2025. Indian Army shared a video and said Pakistani troops also resorted to numerous ceasefire violations or CFVs along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir. Well, the drone attacks were effectively repulsed and befitting reply was given to the CFVs. Indian Army remains committed to safeguarding the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the nation. All nefarious designs will be responded with force. Well, notably, Indian Defence Forces successfully neutralized missile and drone attacks by Pakistan, targeting key areas in Jammu, Satwari, Samba, Araspura and Arnia. According to the defence sources, the attack was repelled with 0 casualties, showcasing India's robust defence preparedness and real-time operational readiness. Well, the Pakistani military action comes after India conducted precision strikes on terrorist camps in Pakistan and Pak-occupied Jammu and Kashmir as part of Operation Sindoor, specifically clarifying that no Pakistani military infrastructure was targeted. Meanwhile, the Border Security Force foiled a major infiltration attempt along the international boundary in Samba district of Jammu and Kashmir on Thursday night. In a post on X, BSF Jammu wrote at around 2300 hours on 8th of May 2025, BSF foiled a major infiltration bid at the international boundary in Samba district of J&K. And another big news coming in from Bathinda, a missile-like weapon which looks bigger than a big drum was found near the Dargah in lane number 4 of Bir Talab in Bathinda. Also, another big news of the hour, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has launched #IndiaFights propaganda campaign across social media platforms. In order to support and amplify this campaign, all are requested to put up this as the profile picture on all official social media accounts of respective departments or media units. And for more, we have Ankush Sharma joining us from Jammu. Well, Ankush, on Thursday night, Pakistan attempted to strike military installations in Jammu, Pathankot, Udhampur using drones and missiles, all of which were successfully neutralized by the Indian forces. What is the latest update on the ground there as of now?
On the evening of 8th May, military stations in Jammu, Pathankot and Udhampur were attacked by drones and missiles from Pakistan. Along the international border in Jammu and Kashmir, Indian Defence Forces responded quickly and effectively using advanced technology air defence system as per standard procedures. Thanks to their timely action, no lives were lost and no major damage occurred. Later around 4 a.m. on 9th May, sirens were off again and new explosions were heard from the Pakistani side, causing fear among local residents. Fighting also continued along the line of control in areas like Samba, Araspura, Navshera and Poonch. In Samba, Indian soldiers stopped an infiltration attempt. As a safety step, a complete blackout was enforced across the Jammu region. Authorities have announced that all schools, colleges and educational institutes will remain closed until 10th of May. Chief Minister Amr Abdullah has left for Jammu to review the situation. Officials also confirm everything is under control and there is no need of any kind of panic. And the local administration also appealed to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, don't trust and believe on false information. You should cross-verify the information and then you have to trust on the developments.
All right. Also, Ankush, there are also reports that the BSF successfully thwarted a significant infiltration attempt along the international border in Samba district last night. What details do you have?
BSF successfully foiled the infiltration in Samba district, and this infiltration attempt trying at the time of when Pakistan launched missiles and drones in the military establishments in Jammu region, and Pakistan took the advantage of that attack on Jammu, a military base, and Udhampur, and this advantage Pakistan tries to infiltrate, but our soldiers foiled it immediately.
All right. Also, what has been the response as far as the local residents and the civilians of the area are concerned? Because the authorities have advised them to stay vigilant and promptly report any unusual activity, particularly in the border areas, as panic can worsen the situation there.
Yeah, if we talk about the current situation in Jammu region, following the attacks, local residents remained indoors and cooperated fully with security authorities. While there was initial panic due to sirens and explosions, people have shown calm and resilience. Civil administration acted swiftly, ensuring essential services were kept running and emergency teams were on standby. Police and local authorities have been patrolling sensitive areas, and control rooms have been set up to monitor the situation and assist the public. The administration has urged everyone to avoid spreading rumors and rely on the official updates. Community leaders have also appealed for calm and unity during this tense time.
All right, Ankush, thank you so much for all those details. We'll leave on that. And now we're joined by Shabir Dar from Srinagar. Well, Shabir, there have been intense exchanges of fire in the border areas of Jammu and Kashmir. What is the current condition along the border?
Is hot, and we know that there has been a huge exchange of fire and artillery firing in Uri, Tangdar, and Kupwara, where huge damage of the public property in the border villages is reported. There is one unconfirmed report which is sources saying that one lady in Uri sector was hit by the Pakistani shell, and she is very critical, and she may be battling her life in the hospital. So obviously a very tough time for the people in the border areas. But in Srinagar and other towns and cities of Kashmir, there is a calm, but people are really anxious and worried about the evolving scenario in Jammu and Kashmir. As we know, last night there was missile attack in Jammu, which was intercepted by our security forces, by our army, army grid. So in Srinagar also there is high alert in areas, the sensitive areas like airport, and their defense installations in Avantipura and Srinagar, where some people evacuated to the safer areas, as a precautionary measure. Administration is also taking every effort. All the schools and colleges and education institutions have been closed for 2 days, as a precautionary measure. So administration is also, the Lieutenant Governor has directed all the DCs of the border areas to be in touch with people, establishing around the clock control rooms and engaging the community leaders to assuage the fears of any sort, and second to dispel the rumors and the misinformation which is actually looming large this time around, because there are a lot of fake videos and fake news is spreading on the social media, which creates chaos and confusion among people. So administration is having a tough time in dispelling all these rumors in Kashmir, given the fact that there is tension in the air after the last night's drone attacks in Jammu. Yes.
Absolutely. A lot of misinformation doing the rounds, and the authorities are taking full precautions, Shabir. But how are they managing the ongoing tension in the region so that there is no panic among the civilians?
Yeah, Sivan, all activities have been put to the schools and colleges have been closed, because if there is a lot of activity on the roads, that may have some issue if there is any emergency. But the administration is taking every effort. The DCs, the SPs of the districts are in touch with the community leaders, religious leaders, and influential people in villages and towns to ensure that there is a coordination, civil administration coordination in case of any crisis. And second, there is no room is left for any misinformation to spread, because misinformation will be a big challenge for the administration to counter in this time of crisis, because as we know, the Pakistan is making every misadventure. Last night we saw it in Uri and Tangra. There is huge evacuation of people from the affected villages in the border areas to the safer places. So administration is giving them safe accommodations in places like Kupwara, main town, and in Uri, in the safe areas in Uri. So this is a challenge. But in mainland Kashmir, in the Srinagar, in Anantnag, there last night complete blackout was as a precautionary measure was exercised in entire Kashmir after that Jammu attack. There were some blast sounds heard in South Kashmir. After that, as a precautionary measure, blackout in entire Kashmir was exercised. So the administration is taking every effort. The army and CRPF guard around all 72 locations have intensified, and they are making every effort. They are leaving no stone unturned to give the enemy any chance to create trouble in a sensitive place like Kashmir.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shabir, for all those details from Srinagar itself. And meanwhile, a day after Indian armed forces began Operation Sindoor, true face of Pakistan Army was revealed. Its officers in their uniforms attended the funeral of the terrorists who were neutralized by India's pinpoint strikes in Lashkar site in Muridke. The Pak Army personnel offering namaz-e-janaza to the killed terrorist is one more proof of the implicit support terror groups enjoy in Pakistan. Well, a barrage of coordinated disinformation has been carried out by certain social media handles in general and mainstream media, in particular in Pakistan, with the sole objective to instill fear among the Indian masses. This psychological warfare has been actively debunked for the last few weeks. In fact, the Press Information Bureau's fact-check unit refuted a false claim of an attack on Gujarat's Hazira port by Pakistan. In a social media post, the fact-check unit of PIB clarified that this is an unrelated video confirmed to depict an oil tanker explosion. Also, the video is dated of July 7th, 2021. It also urged people to not share this video. Also, the fact-check unit of the PIB has clarified that claims on social media about a ban on entry to airports across India are false, adding that the Indian government has taken no such decision. Meanwhile, several airlines have issued travel advisories asking passengers to reach airports at least 3 hours before their flight due to enhanced security checks. Passengers are also being advised to carry valid government-approved photo ID cards. Another fake news is circulating about a Fedayeen attack on an army brigade at Rajouri in Jammu and Kashmir. Fact Check has clarified this, that no such Fedayeen or suicide attack has occurred on any army camp, urging people not to fall for these false claims intended to mislead and cause confusion. And Akshay Dongre now joins us for more on this. Well, Akshay, following last night's failed offensive by Pakistan, where Indian Defence Forces successfully intercepted drone and missile attacks, what is the most recent information available on the situation right now with you?
Well, the situation remains tense, not only at the LOC, that is the line of control, but also at the international border, with unprovoked and continuous shelling, artillery firing and mortars being used by the Pakistani armed forces, Pakistani army especially, that has been targeting not only military installations but also civilian areas alike. That includes religious places, also schools at the LOC and other places as well. Now what we are looking at since last night is a massive escalation that has been prompted by the Pakistani armed forces after they launched a barrage of missiles and drones against several Indian cities from north to the western parts of India. So situation remains quite dire. However, the operation that is being carried out in retaliation by the Indian Armed Forces remains confidential. All of the information is classified to prevent any kind of hampering with the operation that is being very precisely being monitored at the top level of the government, as well as being executed on the ground by our valiant armed forces. So while the situation is tense on the borders, it also remains quite dire when you look at social media, other kinds of propaganda that is being run by the ISPR of Pakistan, as well as the ISI, that is not only attacking the websites, carrying out cyber attacks, but also spreading fake news and propaganda to mislead people and create a panic in India. So you have to be really careful about that as well. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has already in fact taken measures to ensure that even cyber attacks in the cyber age can be quite fatal, as well as quite dangerous for the cyber security of the country. So INB Ministry is trying to take appropriate measures for that. The Ministry of Defence is taking measures as far as borders are concerned, and retaliating against these unprovoked attacks against the Indian cities, especially the civilian areas. So while there was attacks throughout the night, the best thing that we can report at this point in time, despite the fears among our civilians as well, is that all the attacks, including missiles and drones, were neutralized in air itself, and there was no damage to civilian life, as well as no casualties reported in the military as well. So that is the good news coming in as far as the last night's unprovoked attacks against Indian territory is concerned, and the retaliation is going to be firm, it's going to be strong, and it's going to be a proportionate one when you talk about the Indian armed forces. And how much Pakistan can prevent, that remains the biggest question, because a much smaller retaliation against Pakistan in response to attack last night resulted in destruction and neutralization of air defense system, especially in Lahore, and elimination of another score of terrorists who were not only hiding in Pakistan but also aiding the Pakistan military in these unprovoked ceasefire, as well as attempts to create chaos and panic in India.
All right, Akshay, as you said, and we want to reiterate to our viewers also that Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has also launched a hashtag India Fights propaganda campaign across social media platforms so that we do not fall prey to the psychological warfare. In fact, Akshay, amid a lot of diplomatic initiatives, if we talk about being taken by India, Rubio now called Pakistan Prime Minister to end the support to terror groups and reaffirmed commitment to work with India in fight against terrorism in a call to Dr. S. Jaishankar.
Well, that has been reiterated again and again, not only by the US, by European Union, by UK, several other countries across the world who have had enough of the terror activities that are emanating out of Pakistan. So it is up to India, and the responsibility has come on the shoulders of India of having a misfortune of having a neighbor like Pakistan to eliminate these terrorist gangs. In fact, a Jewish journalist who was beheaded by Pakistani terrorists was the terrorist who had beheaded this Jewish journalist several years back was also eliminated. When you talk about retaliation from India, now this is coming in from sources inside the armed forces as well as in the intelligence, that several high-profile terrorists are being neutralized in Pakistan as far as retaliation by India is concerned, and that is starting to gather a lot more international support for India, because clearly now this is a fight between a civilization and barbarians that we are seeing unfolding in this war between India and Pakistan.
Yes, of course, India carried out the strikes with precision. Akshay, India's air defense system effectively neutralized the incoming threats from Pakistan. How crucial is this interception in the broader strategic context?
Well, very crucial, because it has not only protected lives but Indian cities as well, Lipakshi.
Right. Akshay, also with 27 airports now either shot or experiencing flight diversions resulting in longer travel routes, what are the latest developments regarding air traffic and civil aviation advisories?
Well, they remain the same. Many of the airports are not functioning. That is to ensure the safety of civilians and the airlines as well. Who are carrying people from one place to another. Airlines have also issued notices that there will be changes in times, rescheduling of flights, and cancellation as well because of the prevailing situation. So that is going to remain a collateral of this misadventure by Pakistan.
Right, Akshay. Thank you so much for all those details as of now. And Lieutenant Governor of J&K, Manoj Sinha, is closely monitoring the situation and said government is fully prepared to deal with any eventuality. He's directed the district collectors for shifting our villagers from vulnerable areas to safer locations. He's also asked officials to ensure boarding, lodging, food, Medicare and transportation for the people who are being shifted to safer places. The LG assured that safety of every citizen is a priority. And as we mentioned before, amid escalating tensions between India and Pakistan, the Civil Aviation Ministry informed that 24 airports across northern India have suspended civilian operations until further notice. The Bureau of Civil Aviation Security banned entry of visitors to the terminal building of airports and also made secondary ladder point checking compulsory for all flights as part of enhanced security arrangements. As part of setting up security arrangements, the agency has made secondary ladder point checking compulsory for all flights at all airports. Also ensuring 100% serviceability of all CCTVs at airports and deployment of in-flight security officers in flights based on prioritization and randomization are among the other directions. And let's give you a big news coming in right now from Chandigarh. An air warning has been received from Air Force Station of possible drone attack. Sirens are being sounded and all are advised to remain indoors and away from balconies. Let's tell you that again from Chandigarh. There's a big news coming in. An air warning has been received from Air Force Station of possible drone attack, and sirens are being sounded and all are advised to remain indoors and away from the balconies. And for more, we have Akansha Saxena joining us from Chandigarh. Well, Akansha, what's the news? Akansha, can you hear us? Yes, Akansha, big news coming in right now from Chandigarh. An air warning has been received from Air Force Station of possible drone attacks, and the sirens are being sounded, and all the civilians, all people are advised to remain indoors and away from their balconies right now. Akansha, if I'm audible now, what is the news? Can you give us the latest from there? In Chandigarh, there has been a warning right now. All the people have been advised to remain indoors and away from the balconies. A warning received from the Air Force Station of a possible drone attack, and the sirens are being sounded in Chandigarh at the moment. Breaking news coming in. An air warning has been received from the Air Force Station of possible drone attack, and the sirens are being sounded there. In fact, we have Akansha now joining us. Well, Akansha, what is the latest from there?
Nilpati, in the morning now at somewhere around 9:15, the sirens were sounding, and then the advisory has come from DC Chandigarh that everybody has to stay indoors and away from the balconies. Possibly there is an air warning which has been received, and the Air Force Station, which is very much in the vicinity of the city, there is a possible drone attack on it. So we don't have much of details right now, but the sirens were blowing and the people are advised to stay indoors.
So what about the power there in Chandigarh right now? Is there a blackout?
There was a blackout last night somewhere around 9 o'clock. The grid was off then again somewhere around midnight. the power was resumed, but it was advised that a voluntary blackout should be done by all the residents. And in the morning, the power is resumed, and the power has not been cut as far as it is concerned, but the sirens are blowing and the advisory is there that the people should not venture out, they should not be there in the balconies, and they should not be going out till the further orders.
All right, so advisory is being issued for the people in Chandigarh that they should not go out and not be remaining in the balconies. That's all for now. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. We'll keep giving you more updates, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Also, we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lipakshi Khurana from All for Sir in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.